Hello and welcome to My Retired Life. It is December 2024. I have officially been retired for 10 years. And in this video, I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've learned in 10 years of retirement. I'm going to share with you. Hopefully some will resonate with you, some might not, but it's what I've observed. Things are always changing. Number one, things are always changing in the environment, in my life, in location. I've moved from where I was going to retire to another spot where I'm retiring, still in Arizona, but I've moved, so it's changed. So you have to adapt with the change. You have to adapt with the government's changing and their policies. These are all things that you have to learn to do, is adapt to change. And it's always changing. You can try and make things as normal or as steady, for lack of better words, in your life as possible. You can have your routines and do your things and be quite content with that. Now, other people aren't so quite content with that, and they don't adapt to the changes. Technology is changing. AI is now present more than ever. So, number one, things are always changing when you retire. Always. Family die, friends die, friends move on, all kinds of things. Things have changed. So you got to adapt. You got to be able to roll with the punches, to quote somebody, whoever said that. I'm not sure who it was, but you got to roll with the punches. Probably some boxer somewhere. Money is less important than your health. Took me a while to figure that out, but I'm working on it. I've got more of a routine now where I'm walking and exercising than I ever have. I'm finding I'm not spending as much money. But I'm still doing things. I'm a lot more health conscious than I was 10 years ago when I first retired. When you retire at 55, like I did, you almost think you're 18 and invincible in retirement, right? But you're not. Health will catch up to you if you're not careful. Do I have health issues now? No, I don't. But I've read a lot of books, a lot of statistics, and there's a lot of problems as you get older. If you want to check out a video, it's called 66.1. That's about when chronic illness starts hitting the average person in the United States. So I'm not saying they're dying at 66.1. I'm saying lifestyle chronic disease happens at 66.1. But check out that video. So health definitely is far more important than money. If you've got your health and little money, you can adapt. See point one. Adapt, because everything changes. But your health, if it changes to the negative side, that will affect your retirement. So far, fingers crossed, it hasn't affected mine at all. You will lose friends. One way or another, you'll lose them. Interests change. 10 years ago when I was working, I had friends, a lot of friends at work. I still consider them friends, but I don't actively do things with them. I keep up with them on Facebook, and if I see them, I'll gladly go for a coffee and have lunch with them any day of the week. We're friends, not close friends. When we bought our house in Arizona, we made new friends down there. Now the development changed a lot for what we were talking about. See point number one, things will change, are constantly changing. So we moved out of it because we didn't like the direction the community was going. And we moved into a 55 seniors park, which really is a little more quiet than where we were. There's rules about dogs and they enforce them. There's rules about parking and everything else, and they enforce them. In the other one, they didn't enforce them, and it just made it uncomfortable to live there. So we moved. So we're adapting. We're always changing. But those friends, and they're good friends still to this day, we just don't see them as much. We would go over and play cards maybe once or twice a week. Now it's like once a month. So it changes, adapts. You will lose friends or lose contact with close friends, but you'll also gain new ones. The park that we're in now is 55, and we're probably the youngest ones in the park at 65. There might be a couple others, but not very many. So what we have done is we've made friends with older people. Some of them are in a lot worse shape than we are, but I mean, my wife right now, as I'm recording this, is out with a new friend, having coffee, getting acquainted. Our next door neighbor at our new place, we share. If she bakes cookies, for instance, she'll bring some over. Her husband was out hunting the other day for a couple of weeks. We had her over for dinner a couple of times. So your friends change. Are they forgotten? No. Your friends' level changes. It's not that they're not friends. It's just that things change. And you adapt and roll with the punches. After 10 years of retirement, I could care less what people think of me. You got to remember, when you retired at 55, you just came out of a work environment where you kind of had to worry about what people thought of you, especially your boss. If he didn't like you, he's going to fire you, that type of thing. So you kind of have to keep tabs on people caring about what you are and how you present yourself on behalf of the company. And I belong to a large company. So when I was out in the field, which I was every day, I represented that company. So you kind of have to care a little bit. Now I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people want. If they want to be part of my life, big hugs, welcome. Come be part of my life. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to lose sleep off of it. You shouldn't lose sleep off of it either. It's up to you to be part of my life. And if I want to be part of yours, I will try and make contact with you, which I have to many friends. I retired 10 years ago. A buddy of mine retired 10 years ago. And this fall, I guess it was, late summer, fall, we hooked up after 10 years. Now we go for lunch once a month when I'm back in Canada. It's a beautiful thing. I worked with the guy. It's great, but it's not the same. So I could care less what people think of me now than I ever have. If I'm in my house and somebody comes knocking on the door, I'll come in my comfy clothes, which is usually sweats and a t-shirt, and answer the door. I don't get dressed up for somebody to answer the door. I dress up appropriate for the occasion. If I'm in my house, I'm going to be comfortable. I don't care if you come to my door. I'll bring you in, have coffee with you, but I'm not going to go and get changed, or, as women might do, put makeup on to impress somebody else. I don't do that anymore. In actuality, in my personal life, I probably never have. But when it came to work, I always presented myself professionally. I also live my life, whether it's going to the golf course, making videos for YouTube, sitting in the backyard playing with the dogs, taking the dogs for a walk, having a coffee with a friend. You have a life, I have a life, and all that is part of not caring what everybody else thinks about you. If you worry about what everybody thinks about you, you will get stressed. You can't control what they think about you. So think of it that way, and maybe just let it roll off your back. You will spend more time at home with your wife. When you go to work every day, let's say you're working 8 to 5 with an hour for lunch, you're out 40 hours a week, 45, 50 hours a week, because travel time and everything. That's gone. You're at home now. You have to spend time with the missus, so you either best get things arranged or talk about it. My wife's a homebody. I'm not. I like to go out every day for a couple hours, whether it's a video, fly the drone, go for coffee with a friend. I'm a extrovert, maybe. But I'm a shy extrovert, maybe. That's the way I want to put it. A shy extrovert. Once you get me talking, you can ask my friends. Like I have lots to say. But you will spend more time at home and with your missus. And that's not a bad thing. You can rekindle what you had when you met her, right? Because usually when you retire, the kids are moved out. Some come back, but most of the time the kids are moved out. You can go on, my wife and I still, to this day, go on dates. Usually on Tuesdays. We either go out for dinner or go to a movie, or we've gone to concerts or whatever shakes our boat that day. But we usually go out together at least once a week and do things. I love it. It's not a bad thing to do. If you really have to get away from your wife, the garage is always the best option. Did I say that out loud on video? Yes, I did. Okay, you will slow down. You won't be going as fast as you used to be. And by that I mean, you won't cram everything into a day. Before, if let's say you worked till Friday, and Saturday you get up, you're going to go to the store, you're going to go to visit your grandma, you're going to go visit your mom and dad, you're going to do this, you're going to eat out for lunch, and that's all by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then you wonder why guys sit and watch football all Sunday, because they're tired of Saturday if you have a regular work schedule. You will slow down, and that's not a bad thing, because you appreciate things more when you slow down. I've taken more time making videos than I used to. I used to try and bang them off just to get them out, and that's not right. Take your time, talk about it, edit it, do the things right. If you're doing a project at home, it might take 2 or 3 days to do a project. Let's say you're refinishing an old antique. Well, the first day is sanding, right? Second day might be staining. And the third day might be varnishing it. But you've slowed down. Before, you'd want to get it all done in one day if you could. Another thing is, when you get to be 60, 65, most people don't like going out at night. Most older people do not like going out at night. One could be a vision. Another one could be you just, in the lights that coming at you, you're just not comfortable in the dark. There's more danger at dark. If you go out to a bar in the evening, there's more danger there than there is going to the bar for lunch, right? Because everybody's at work. Just when it gets dark, most people go inside. And it's okay to go inside if you've had a full day. Enjoy your evening. Have a cup of coffee or tea. And my mom and dad are 92. Dad's 92 this month, at the end of the month. And my mom is 86. They have tea every night. Just sit down and have tea every night and discuss what they did and talk about things. It's a good thing. Well, those are some of the things that I've learned in 10 years of retirement. Has it been a good 10 years? Absolutely. It's been a great 10 years. I've got one slogan, and all my friends know this, and I say it often. They must hate me for saying it as much as I do. Retirement. Best gig ever. And let's call this one